So are you sensitizing or desensitizing your horse? Knowing which one you're doing is important so that you don't get your horse confused. A lot of times, and we've been working on a lot of desensitizing, right? Showing Slate the flag and seeing how he responds to it and getting him to walk into it, getting him to where he'll let us go in there and rub him with it and he's not like freaking out. Good boy, you're doing better with this stuff. But also, up until today, we've done a lot of sensitizing with Slate, right? Where we ask him to move out, we ask him to move that front end over, and then we send him forward. And you see how he's kind of sticky with this right now because I have the flag in my hand. And so he's kind of confused. He's like, should I be standing still and relaxed because you have the flag in your hand? Or should I be moving and responding to your rope hand that's saying for me to go? And that's where the desensitizing in motion comes into play, because it gives our horse some practical tools to learn how to communicate with us and what we're asking them to do. So when I'm asking him to move out, that's sensitizing, okay? But this flag being here and me wanting him to move out relaxed and quietly, that's desensitizing. So I'm actually both sensitizing him and desensitizing him at the same time. And having a safe and steady horse is a horse that finds balance in both of those. This is pretty upsetting to him. You can see he's kind of like, well, which is it? Do you want me to move out or do you want me to stand still? And I'm saying move out, and right now my flag is just dragging behind and it's ruffling the ground and making a little bit of noise here. We put him into the trot. And I'm not giving any attention to my flag. It's just there. It does the work it's supposed to do all on its own, at least right now. All I want to focus on is when I point, trot for me. Good boy. As long as he's trotting, I leave him alone. If he slows down into a walk, I'll just say, hey, I didn't ask you to slow down. Let's go back into the trot. And you see he's overreacting. When I point, just go into that trot for me. Because it's not really about the flag. The flag just increases some pressure to see how well he's actually connecting, paying attention, and listening to my direction. The flag just, both literally but also figuratively, creates noise. And I want to be able to break through the noise and still direct my pony. So he's doing a good job at maintaining gait. So now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to see if I can slow him down, even with this energy and pressure of the flag dragging by me. Good boy. I'm going to send him back off. I'm going to take another deep breath here. See if I can slow him down into the walk. I'm going to say keep walking. Good. So I didn't want him to trot there, so I'm going to take a deep breath to bring him down to the walk. Good. And even though the flag's still dragging and rustling, nope, keep going the same direction. Didn't ask you to change directions. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good boy. I don't want you, and so I'm being very specific. I don't want you to trot. I'm going to take a deep breath. Good. Let's just walk. There. Good. Good. And the flag just happens to be here, adding pressure and some noise, but all I'm focused in and zeroed in on is giving him clear cues and making sure that I work with him until he gives me the response I'm looking for with that cue. Walk on. Good. Deep breath. But keep walking. Good. Keep walking. Good. Yeah, all right. Keep walking. Good. And so it's kind of like teaching your horse to walk and chew gum at the same time. It's like you can take my direction and not have to overreact from stimulus and pressure, because that's the life of a horse, right? You know, there's stuff going on around them, the weather changes, maybe the placement of something at the farm changes, the tractor's parked in a different place. A tarp blows by in the wind. There we go. Can you still take my direction even though there's changes going on around you? Good boy. So I'm going to put him in a trot. Good. Say, stay in the trot. Stay in the trot. And then when I'm ready to ask him, nope, stay in the trot. When I'm ready to stay in the trot, ask him for the walk, right here. Then I'd like him to slow down to the walk, keep walking. Good boy. Good boy. And when I ask him to go back to the trot, good boy. I'd like to see that he goes into that trot for me. Good. Say back to the trot. Good. Good boy. Good. What a smart pony. Good job, Slate. Good. I'm going to breathe him down to the walk right here. Nice big deep breath. I'm going to stay with him until he walks. Good. Good. Oh, I didn't ask him to trot, so I'm going to breathe him down. There. Walk for me, bud. Good. Walk for me, bud. Nope. That way. That way. Good. Breathe him back down to the walk. Good. Walk for me. Good. Good boy. What a pony. Yeah, what a pony. Nice big deep breath. I'm going to slow him down back to the walk. And so sometimes horses anticipate. So he hears a rustle and he feels the energy of that flag and he thinks, I got to trot over here. I'm going to say, nope. Nice big deep breath. Just going to walk, bud. That's it. Nobody's asking you to trot. Nope. I want you to keep going. So clear direction is so important, right? And knowing what I'm asking of him, right? Slow down, but keep going. Good. Don't want you running through until I ask you to. When I ask you to jog, then you can jog. Then you can trot. So you really want to jog at this spot right here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just let him trot for a little bit. So he's really struggling over here at this one spot. I'm going to say, okay, let's just jog. And every time he tries to slow down, I'm going to say, nope. Get back to jogging. Because what I want to do in a moment is give him the opportunity to slow down into the walk. And I'm going to do it at that spot where he tends to want to trot. Because I want to make it so that slowing down is an opportunity. It's a good thing. So for now, I'm just going to keep him at the trot until he really wants to slow down to the walk. Then I'll give him the opportunity to slow down to the walk. So how do I know that he really wants it? Well, I know that he really wants it when he starts slowing down on his own. Right here, he's slowing down a little bit. When I start to see some good signs that he's relaxed, so maybe licking and chewing. Again, there he goes, slowing down again. And keep him going. But also lowering his head and neck, or if he takes a deep breath, softening his tail carriage, which is looking really nice right now. Nice soft blinks, his nose tipping in my direction and looking at me. So we've seen a lot of good signs that he's probably likely ready to take the opportunity to walk. I'm going to be very intentional to ask in this spot right there where he really struggles. So he didn't slow down there. I'm going to ask again. I'm going to slow my feet down, but I'm going to keep him walking. Good. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring him over to this spot that he's wanting to trot out. And I'm gonna let him rest over here on this side. Come to a stop and just rest over here. Good boy. Good, I like him lowering that head, squaring up his feet. Then I'm gonna go ahead and send him back out. And I'm gonna say, no, I don't want you going that way. I want you to go that way, that way. See how I give him lots of clarity with the way that I'm pointing? And forward. No, you're not gonna go that way. I want you to go that way. Now stick with him. And forward, good. Good. I like that he's walking out over here. Up, back to that trot. And so I'm not gonna fight that trot. I just wanna give him clarity there. Breathe him down in this spot. Because every time he gets to this spot, he gets into a rush. Good, awesome. So that's his first time walking all the way around without breaking into a trot. I'm gonna keep him walking, and then when I'm ready, I'm gonna bring him in. And again, let him know that resting, taking things slow, that those are all really, really good things. Good boy. So with this direction, all I'm doing right now is having the flag on the ground that way, dragging it. And that's enough commotion for now, right? For him to respond to. There, he's licking and chewing, I like that. I'm gonna put him back into the trot. And my goal is with the flag just dragging the ground, can I get him so connected that even with this added pressure and noise, when I want him to slow down, can I take a deep breath and get him to slow down? Can I keep him at the walk without running right back in to the trot? Good boy, good boy. And can I go back into the trot when I want him to? That way, good boy. And can I bring him back down into the walk when I want him to? And so that's my first step, is making sure that, there you go, good boy. With this flag just dragging beside me, that I can still connect to his mind, his feet, regulate him emotionally, where he's attentive to me.
You're not too old, you're not too broken. You just need the right support. Even before the spook, your body was already bracing. You didn't want to freeze, but it happened anyway. And your horse, well, they felt every ounce of it. The truth is, fear doesn't fade with time. It fades with trust. And trust, that comes with connection. It's hard to connect when fear takes the reins. And that's why we created Unbreakable Bond Premium, to help you rebuild trust step by step. You'll get our full 10-course training roadmap, where we take you from some of the basics like groundwork and desensitizing, all the way to some of the more advanced stuff like obstacle work and cantering for confidence. Plus mini courses, live group coaching, and a private community of riders who care deeply about doing it right for their horses and themselves. The piece you've been looking for, it's closer than you think. Start your 7-day free trial and build the bond your horse actually wants.
The second step is going to be sending him out, driving him around. And so now I'm not just going to let the flag drag on the ground, but now I'm going to slightly pick it up. And you can see how that adds more pressure, but he's handling it very well. And that flag is kind of blowing, and just me picking it up, I want to see how he's doing with that. What a pony, he's handling it really well. He's still attentive. So here's going to be the trick to see if he really is paying attention. Can I slow him down? Even with this pressure, will he slow down off of my breathing? That's going to show me a lot. So before I ask him to slow down, I want to make sure he's in a good mind frame and position to slow down. What am I looking for? Want to look for that nose tipping in towards me. Maybe him trying to slow down on his own. Good rhythm and cadence in his footfall. Maybe some licking and chewing or lowering of that head and neck, right? Some nice soft blinks. Oh, he's lowering his head a little bit. I've seen some nice soft, oh, look at him slow down. I'm gonna keep him going though. But now he's giving me some indicators that he's more likely to slow down when I ask him to. So here we go. I'm gonna take a big deep breath right here. Oh, I love that. Let's see if he maintains it. There, what a pony. Good boy, okay? Let's see if he'll go back into the trot when I ask him to. There, good boy. Good, so with the flag, kind of up in the air at like a medium height. Easy, bud, you're okay. He's getting more relaxed, but he kind of freaked out there, so can't quit there. Got to push him out through here. Good. But this brings me into kind of the third step here, is now that he's good with it at a medium height, just kind of being there, what if I add motion with the flag? Whoa, you see he starts to lose it here. This is where the learning happens, is when he reacts and I stay with him to let him know that the reaction doesn't get him out of the pressure. That settling down and relaxing and trusting that I'm not going to put him in harm's way, that's what makes this annoying flag go away. So when he quits kind of pulling from it and stopping and getting choppy and darting, that's when I'll take the waving of the flag away. Good. So I'd like to see his movement get more fluid. Good. Again, it's not about the flag. I'm not focusing on the flag at all. I'm focusing on giving him clarity in my cues. That way. Step up. Get back into that trot. Good. Let's get back into that trot. Good. Let's get back into that trot. Good. So I like that he's trying to slow down. He's not as reactive. Back into that trot. Good boy. So now when I'm ready, I'm gonna give him the opportunity to slow down. I'll take that pesky flag away. Lots of less pressure for him to have to deal with. So we handled that really well. We started with just dragging the flag, and then making sure that I could speed him up and slow him down, and he was attentive and paying attention to my cues. Then I worked at picking it up midway and just holding it there. Same thing, making sure that when I say go forward, he goes forward. When I slow him down, he slows down. And then lastly, while it's at mid-level, applying some motion, waving the flag and seeing how he does with that. So he did really great going to the left. Now I'm going to work him going to the right and build his confidence up that way.